Alright, so this is the pretty big intercooler that we did have. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's just
It's a 5-inch step.
5-inch intercooler. You get a pretty good idea of it. And, well, since there's some issues we had with that, we got a new one. This big boy. This is a 7.5?
Yeah, 7.5.
7.5 inch thick boy. Like whole hand. This giant, what's the brand?
VSRF.
VSRF, yeah. Like probably 1,000 horsepower rated, something ridiculous how big it is. And got these air oil separator catch cans.
Got 2 of them. One's actually for your PCV. If you're running a PCV, external PCV, it runs to this one, and then I got a port that actually hooks up to here that runs into the side of your throttle body and ties it in, and that's one of your catch cans. Your next catch can is going to be your flapper valve for better idle, stuff like that. It's going to run into this, and then once it runs into this, that's going to run to the front of the turbo. I have a fitting tapped into the air filter so that it'll actually draw all the vent pressure out like it should. So hopefully we'll have everything routed and hooked up, and we'll give you an update as soon as we can. Try to get a little install video on the turbo manifold. That's gonna suck, but waiting on a couple parts on that. Other than that, it's almost ready. And then I just got to pull my stock tune off, send it to David, and let him do his magic on it.
Yeah, that.
Alright, little update. We got the RB turbo. It's the PCV valve kit, and we're plugging the head ports on the N54. Pretty much all you gotta do, there's 6 ports, 1 on each intake runner. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and then 2 back here. You drill them, tap them to 10-30 seconds, and then you get little bitty plugs. You just fill them up with some red Loctite. Super easy to do. I've already done 2 of them. You just tighten them down until they're flush with the head, and then you're ready to rock and roll. That keeps vacuum from getting in your valve cover. You can hold a lot more boost, and if you get a valve cover leak, you won't have a vacuum leak anymore, which is awesome, because melting valve covers suck. So we'll do one for you real quick. Get her started in there like that. Now when you're doing this, I recommend putting paper towels in all the galleys and everything, just in case, because metal shavings in the motor is not good. Plus, if you drop one of these, you're gonna have a fun time.
Going forever.
Alright, so that one's in there, flush. It's a little bit further than flush, but red Loctite's gonna seal her up. Should be ready to roll. You're running 30 pounds of boost in no time.
I don't have my light on me.
You can also show them the update up here. That's actually a 335D. This part right here is 335D coolant reservoir for the 335i guys. If you relocate your reservoir, you have a problem with your power steering reservoir, you can always relocate it to here, or you know, it bolts right there. But everything lines up better. I mean, all your coolant hoses go in the right direction. With your factory one, it lines up like crap. It looks like crap. got rid of mine, threw mine away. It's actually on the floor behind us, but
Yeah, literally runs down the front of the motor, close to everything, and it's just horrible.
so this way, I mean, heck, it bolts right up to factory location. You don't even have to add no brackets or anything to the factory bolts. You just slap them in and ready to rock and roll.
OE.
Next thing up, I'm just gonna plug these ports, put the valve cover back on. I'm gonna put new spark plugs in it. They're gap to 22, one step colder, and then we're gonna put the intake back on, cold pipe, all the charge pipe, and then we'll put the turbo on. I'm waiting on exhaust manifold setup, right? Well, one strip, so yeet.
Nice.
Okay, laser iridium 97968.